Hi there. This is a guide to the full 5 stages of the development of compassion practice, the karuna bhavana. I should say there are other versions of this practice which have a different number of stages, 6 stages or even 7 stages, but this particular structure comes from what I believe is the earliest account of the practice. And, well, I don't know, the closer you can get to the original source, the better. So let's begin by setting ourselves up in our posture compassionately, taking account of the fact that with straight back and an open chest and an open heart, we're more likely to feel alert and confident. Back of the neck long open, chin slightly tucked in, because that helps us to be attentive to our experience in a mindful way. So setting up these conditions is very compassionate. But we want to make sure we're not too willful, that we're not holding on unnecessarily, creating unnecessary tensions. So just letting go, allowing the body to relax, using the out breath to help you release, let go of tensions. And just becoming aware of the space around you right now, where you are. Space in front of you and behind you, to the left and right, even above and below. And the sounds filling that space, the light filling that space. Just accepting those experiences, allowing them to be there without grasping or resistance. Noticing the experience that's arising from within the body, sensations from the feet and the legs, the trunk, arms and hands and head. And feelings that are arising in the body. If there's anything painful or uncomfortable, just giving it a little compassionate attention, allowing it to be there. Just saying in effect, it's uncomfortable, I know, but I'm here for you. It's okay. And just reflecting that deep down we want to be free from suffering. Just remembering perhaps states of suffering, or perhaps you're even experiencing suffering right now. Just knowing that, given a choice, you'd rather not have this. And reflecting that suffering is actually hard to avoid. It's very common. So we're doing a difficult thing in being human. But But it's less difficult if we offer ourselves compassion, support, encouragement. And so we can drop into the heart phrases such as, may I be free from suffering. May I live without hostility. May I be kind and compassionate to myself and others. Remembering to be gentle when you realize that you've been distracted. And now calling to mind someone that we think of as suffering right now. This may be anxiety, stress, depression, doubt. Might be physical pain or illness. And just recollecting that as with you, so with the other person. They don't want to suffer. And yet, suffering is all too common. Hard to avoid. It comes unexpectedly. And so offering this person support. May you be free from suffering. May you live without hostility. May you be kind and compassionate to yourself and others. And now calling to mind a relative stranger, somebody who's not a friend, and you don't have any kind of conflicted relationship with them. Perhaps you see them in terms of their role working in the post office, operating the checkout at the supermarket. Or maybe they're just somebody you see in passing, but you've never really connected with them. So just seeing this person now and allowing a kind of gentle curiosity to arise. Although you don't know this person, you know something very deep about them, the very profound sense they have of wanting to be free from suffering. And you know that this person suffers, probably much more than they're comfortable with. And so this person too is doing this difficult thing of being human. And we can feel a sense of support and solidarity and express this by wishing, may you be free from suffering. May you live without hostility. May you be kind and compassionate to yourself and others. And now calling to mind someone that you have some kind of conflict with. This might not exactly be an enemy, it might be someone you're close to. Very often with those we're close to, there's conflict, resentment, various kinds of difficulties. Or it could be someone who is, in a sense, an enemy, someone you just don't get on with at all. So calling that person to mind and noticing that there may be suffering arising in your experience. Just notice down in the belly or in the heart whether there's sadness or anxiety or a knot of tension. And just giving any discomfort that's arising your compassionate attention. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be at ease. And in that compassionate frame of mind, turning now to this difficult person, recognizing that they, like everyone else, experience suffering, just like us. And this person finds it difficult to be free from suffering, even though they want to be. They're struggling in this life, which is quite full of suffering, just as we are. And so wishing this person well, giving them support, encouragement. May you be free from suffering. May you live without hostility. May you be kind and compassionate to yourself and others. And now becoming aware of yourself again, sitting here, aware of the space around you, being attentive to the space and the sounds in front of you, behind you, to the left and right, above, even below, perhaps. And it may be that within this space there are sensations arising that are connected with other beings, with living, suffering beings. Sounds of voices or of movements. or of vehicles, cars, airplanes, music. At the other end of each of these sounds is a living being, a being that wants to be free from suffering, a being that struggles with suffering. So just giving them your compassionate attention. May you be free from suffering. And just letting this spacious awareness be a field of compassion. So whoever appears in this space of awareness will be received with kindness, with compassion. You yourself are in this space. So giving yourself compassionate attention. And imagining now that the other three people in the practice, the suffering person, the relative stranger, the person you have difficulty with, they're all sitting with you here right now, present within this compassionate field of awareness. An awareness that embraces all four of you. Plus any others that may be within the range of your physical senses. People you can hear. People even that you just know are in the building or nearby. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings live without hostility. May all beings be kind and compassionate to themselves and others. There may be non-human beings that you can sense around you, sounds of dogs or birds or insects. May those beings too be free from suffering. And whatever beings appear within your awareness can be received compassionately, even if they're very distant. So you can call to mind people in distant places, people you know, people perhaps even that you're just imagining as you call to mind places that you've been, places that you've seen on television or in movies or read about in books or magazines, newspapers. May any being that your awareness touches be received with empathy, with kindness. with compassion. And you can just continue with this practice for as long as you want as you're sitting here, until it feels appropriate for you to begin to move the body and open the eyes, and to bring your compassionate attention more fully into the world.